Hey, honey bunnies. I am here in the country with my friend Natasha. Say, hey, Natasha.
Hey y'all.
All they can see was that hand. Anyways, welcome Beyond the Veil. I am Adina, and I am going to read Benjamin NetanYahu today. They call him Bibi NetanYahu, but I am going to call him Benjamin. And I'm going to ring my bell on this one because of who he is, and because that's what I feel like I need to do. And Natasha, you don't have to feel like you have to be too quiet, because I kind of like these videos natural. Y'all don't mind Natasha being in the background, right? I'm at her house. She ain't got to be quiet.
My phone rings. I got it on vibrate. I'll go in the house.
Okay.
I don't want to disturb.
Okay. Just like I said, I can always,
I'm here for it.
Okay, guys. All right, so I am going to get my bell and I'm going to ring it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and read Benjamin NetanYahu. I don't want to tarry too long, and I feel like his reading necessarily won't be a 15-minute one like Doja Cat was. All right. So let me ring-a-ling-a-ling. Hold on, let me get my cards in my lap. Benjamin NetanYahu. For some reason, the sound of that bell, I couldn't take it too much anymore. And that usually lets me know when I can stop ringing it. However, like, I can still feel it ringing, like a slight throb. I don't want to call it a headache, but a slight throb. Methinks, for one, Benjamin NetanYahu came very quickly, very astute. I get the energy of, who are you and what do you want? Almost like, what do you want with me? For you to be able to bring me up. Who are you? And what do you want with me? Like, I am Benjamin NetanYahu. What do you want with me to be bringing me up? He came quickly. Like, who are you? He didn't come in like most other spirits, Even if they come quickly, they don't run up. They don't pull up. That's what that was. And I'm telling you, it gives me the energy of like, who are you to be able to bring me up? Who are you? He wants to know who I am, which is why he came very quickly. I see him in his suit. He came about his business. I rang him up while he's doing business. And it's almost like, I'm busy. Who are you? What do you want with me? And who are you to be ringing me up? 'Tis I. Excuse me, I have gas stuck in my chest now. This will not be easy for me. It will be, but this man does not want me to have him here. But if he could walk away, he would. And this is a very new energy for me. I got Florida water dripping down my leg. This is very different for me. Because it's almost like if he could leave from me ringing him up, he would. And he wants to know who I am. Not what's your name. Who are you? That's what he wants to know. Who am I? This reading will be interesting. All right, Benjamin. We're not here to talk about who I am. I would like to talk about who are you. I have a pulsing right here. Hold on, you guys. It's just ironic that I brought this scarf today. I'm going to cover my head. All right. Now that is a little bit better. That's a little bit better. All right. All right. Who are you? This doesn't have to be a war, even though that's the energy you are in. But you will cooperate while I do this reading. Who are you? Hold on, guys. Okay. I had to I was talking to my friend. All right. Who are you? Benjamin. Who are you? We can get to know each other in this reading. Who are you? Benjamin NetanYahu. Let me see your soul, Benjamin. Let me see your soul. See, my good subscriber, Lisa Davis, let me know that you too are a Libra. Brother. How is this eclipse doing for you? How are you doing right now? What is in your soul, Benjamin NetanYahu? Since you're here, you might as well bear yourself for me. I am not your judge. I have no power to condemn your soul. I just want to read it. I just want to see it. I can smell. I can smell that you are not like the others. Your scent is different. Ironically, it's familiar. You say you and I have more in common than I know. How so? Power. We both have power. Mine is greater. That's what he says. Yours is more subtle. And that's your strength. You go unnoticed. Mine is on display. You are like your father. And you are like yours. Benjamin. Benjamin NetanYahu has some tricks up his sleeve. More than just tricks, though. Plans, long carried out plans that he intended to carry out. Not that he was supposed to carry out, but he asserted himself in the position to be the one to carry these plans out. In my Israel reading, I said that their position, this birthright, was stolen from the true children of Israel, whomever they are. All I was told were that they were dispersed throughout the four corners of the earth. That's all I heard in spirit. I'm sure a lot of people out there who are more scholarly can pinpoint who they may be, but all I heard was that they were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, and their birthright was stolen. This is Benjamin Netanyahu, Benjamin. He says that I cannot pronounce it the way that it needs to be pronounced, but Benjamin will suffice for my tongue. Do not pronounce the J. The J is silent in our language. Yamin, because of the name of Yah. If I continue to be called by his name, maybe he won't see that I am not his son. Yes, I know what I've done, but it's the power in the blood that I hunger for. It's the power in the blood that I thirst for. Not only have I stolen the birthright, I have indeed stolen the Ark of Covenant. My forefathers have stolen the Ark of Covenant. These are my plans, and they shall go accordingly to the prophecy that I stole from the Sibyls. You were right. They were right. We and my brothers at the Vatican know the prophecies, and we will fulfill them if God does not see. I'm done with that part. You are the challenge today, Adina, because you can see. You can see how we used her liberty. You can see how we have become her liberty, her Lady Liberty, and have turned her on her head, how we have turned her on her people. Lady Liberty. The challenge is because you can see. How we have hijacked Lady Liberty. And even now, as you speak it to your subscribers, that is a problem. In the recent past, this feels like Israel, simply because of the pentagram. And upside down, it becomes an inverted pentagram. These were the prophecies that were stolen, the prophecies from the Sibyls that the Vatican stole, that Rome stole when they invaded African lands. And they took the prophecies of the oracles, and they took the prophecies of the true children of Israel, and they took their rituals and their instructions of commune with God. They inverted them, put on clothes that were not theirs. This is Israel that was stolen and sacrificed to another God for power. I'm going to finish laying this out before I speak, since Benjamin likes to speak to me directly. He doesn't bother with my audience. He's more interested in who I am. I don't necessarily like saying things like that on camera, because this comes up sometimes depending on who I'm reading. And I have had spirits, entities before have conversations with me, and I feel more appropriate leaving them off the channel. But he feels like, since you summoned me, let's talk. Near future, his plans will go according to plan, as he said when I laid out his first card. Everything that we see going on is according to plan and according to a prophecy that was hijacked and manipulated in order to be fulfilled by these people. As above, as above, I hear Africans, motherland, Mother Earth. I will be the first to say that I am not a Hebrew Israelite. However, I did study alongside them years ago at the beginning of my spiritual journey, and that is where I learned my beginner's Hebrew. I do not speak it fluently, but I can read and write in it fluent enough to be able to get what I need done. And like I said before, I can't subscribe myself to any theory. However, what is coming out in spirit right now, I cannot say anything other than what spirit is saying. This is Africa. This is the motherland. This is not the first time that I've got this card to represent Africa in another reading that I've done, because I've dated an African. This card is Africa, the motherland. Now, even though Israel is considered northern Africa to some people, methinks deeper in Africa, where the people are dark, is where they found what they stole. As below, the Ace of Wands in reversed. I have a theory about this, but I'm going to wait until I finish this spread. Advice, current actions. Six of Pentacles. It's so funny, every time I read Israel, nothing but Pentacles comes out because of the Star of David on the Pentacles. Give me a second with that one. This is not going to go down without a fight, But this gives me people being forced into submission in some way. I'm going to come back to these. Hopes and fears. The Hermit. This I can speak on right now. Benjamin, your fear, because there's no hope here in this card. Your hope is knowing that you have no hope. Your fear is knowing that you have no hope. Your fear is the knowledge of knowing. This gives me the impression that you already know that you've been judged. Like I said in my Israel reading, when that angel came out with the trumpet, whoever you are, because like you said, you're not like them. You are not. Whatever you are and whomever you are, you already know that you have been banished back there. Allegedly, do they call you the son of Satan? This gives me the impression that despite the prophecies that you are trying to steal and the position that your soul is trying to portray, you know you can't trick God. You know you can't. It's impossible. But this gives me the energy of, I know how this is going to end for me. Why is taking souls with you your goal? Are you the son of Satan? I never even really thought about Satan in that way until now. Whether your name is Satan in this language, in another name in other languages, because you said my Father has many names and many tongues throughout many times. It's the blood that you've consumed over your lifetimes. The blood that you've consumed, the souls that you've been able to consume and carry with you. It has empowered you. Despite knowing that you can't overthrow God, what you can do is take his light, take his people, as many of them as you can, because that hurts God. The energy of God, that is love, that is light. It hurts to lose its people. That's all you can accomplish. Not overthrowing God, but hurting God. If that's the best I can do, then that is what I will do. If all I can do is pierce its side, knowing that it's going to rise and live, then I'll take that. I'll pierce the side and know that at least I've pierced the side of God. Methinks that you feel like not even your father was able to do this before it was banished. Final outcome. You will take as many people with you as possible. But I'm going to clarify that because that has a literal meaning as well. I'm not going to start with the Seven of Pentacles. We talked enough there. I am going to look into Lady Liberty, aka me. The double entendre here. Lady Liberty. Since I live in America, this is what, and most of my subscribers are here. This is what applies to us here. Lady Liberty in reverse, and another sword in reverse. What's going to come up? This, Judgment reversed. Another Nine of Swords in reverse. On the bottom. Hold on, guys. All right, sorry, guys. Had to let my niecey poo through. All right. America. You have no idea what you are in for. You have no idea even how to prepare yourself for you have no idea what you're in for, because you have no idea what's really going on around you in your own country. You have no idea that your country isn't even your country. That's why your government works against you. You think it works against you, but it works the way it's supposed to. America is not yours. This is not my country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Oh, how I sing. Long live my father's pride, long live the... Yeah, that's not that anymore. America does not belong to us anymore, and it does not work for the American people anymore. We've been sold out a long time ago, and here we are, just in a slumber. Even though those are in reverse, we're in a slumber. And the moment that we decide to wake up, it was already too late. It's been too long in a slumber, in a stupor, a self-imposed slumber. Self-imposed slumber. This is judge yourselves, and absolutely. This is nobody else feels sorry for the American people, and rightfully so. Almost not even the angels, because this is willful ignorance. And in the moment we decide to wake up, look, too late. Wheel of Fortune reverse. Too late. Plans are already set in motion a long time ago and are already working according to plan when we decide that we want to be woke. Too fucking late. And unfortunately, it didn't have to be this way. All right. Recent past, because I want to make sure that this is the hijacking of true Israel. Look, hijacked. Mine. What was hers became theirs. But she didn't give it. She didn't give it willingly. In the past, this was taken. Ark of Covenant, taken. Israel's birthright, taken. And whatever else they found, taken. But we know some of that story because that part is laid out in the scriptures. In the Old Testament, what they call the Torah, the history, it shows all the, in Kings, it shows the history of Israel and all of the conquest of her. Taken, plan set in motion. Justice in reverse, though. They say, I get the story because I think that this was during the prophet of Jeremiah's time, but even that was not Jeremiah's prophecy. That was a civil prophecy. These were prophecy from women. These were prophecy from what they call the sibyls, the oracles. They were only given names of men, even in the scripture, so that the truth would even be further thrown off. Because if they knew that the prophecies were coming from women, it'd be easier to track the truth down. The most spiritually inclined women that are born naturally spiritual are Black women, dark melanated women. Not the lily white oracles that we saw in the movie 300. They look like me. They look like you. That's why NetanYahu wanted to know, who are you? Who am I? You know exactly who I am. Now you know, which is why you're so willing to share your soul with me. Because even though you guys stole from us, my mothers, my ancestral mothers, you always respected us, which is why you stole from us. You could have stole from the gypsies if you wanted to. No shade to the gypsies, but you went to the oracles because you knew that they communed with the gods naturally, that we were born this way. Me thinks that you not only did you steal their prophecies, did you consume them, burn them in the fire, and then eat their flesh, allegedly, so that you could consume their ashe. Black women consuming our ashe. To this day, we still go missing in droves, but you don't hear about us that go missing. It is in our genetic makeup, our portals. Is that why the motherland is as above? These were Africans who are the true children. Ah, you have to persecute us and call us witches. After you can't have us standing in our spiritual power. Is that why you called me a part of the challenge? Because I can see? You guys went when you invaded Africa. The many times that you roamed, your brothers invaded Africa, you went to the oracles. You sat at their feet and were in awe of their power and of their wisdom and of their prophecies. That's what you wanted the most. It wasn't the kings. It was the oracles, because they were the power behind the kings. You saw that even the kings of Israel went to these oracles. They were the true power of Israel because they could commune with the gods. They could commune with the dead. They could commune with the spirits. Naturally, you went and sat at their feet and you wanted to know what their magic was, because it wasn't like the magic of your mothers. The manufactured magic, the one that it wasn't as strong, it wasn't as pure. You wanted to know what their magic was, and you found out that it's in their DNA. It's in their blood. So what you did before you invaded the kingdoms, which is what we see in the scriptures, before what they don't say, and what I'm sure the Vatican library says, the documents and the scrolls that you have, maybe not even in the libraries, but hidden in the vaults. What those will say is, before you invaded the kings, you invaded the temples, you invaded the caves. The caves were where the oracles resided. It's where they lived. Outside of the communities, you invaded the caves. You took the oracle scrolls, their prophecies. You took the paintings on their caving walls that they spoke in their language. You took all of what you found in the caves, and then you allegedly burned them, and you ate their flesh, just like you did to the slaves. Allegedly, of course. By the time the kings, as we see in the scripture in Kings, by the time they found out, it was too late. They were so enamored. All you had to do was bring them gifts. Men. That's why you had to kill the oracles first. Remove the power, and then go to the kings with trinkets and gifts of good tidings. They'll let us in. That's what happened in Kings, per Jeremiah. let them in, and they raided everything and then enslaved the children of Israel. And you've been enslaved since. Look, king. You went to the cave with the oracles. You went to the cave with the oracles. Look at that, the Hierophant. Look, that's where you went first, to the seers. And then after you left them, that 8 of cups, you left them with that cup destroyed. You took from them and went to something better, because after the 8 of cups, it's the 9 of cups. Then you went to the kings. Are we talking scriptures today? Y'all read Kings. That's your homework assignment. Read the whole book of Kings, because what I'm telling you, what I'm showing you in the cards is exactly the story in the book of Kings per the prophet Jeremiah. But I'm giving you guys the tea that they left out. And I'm telling you, per Benjamin Netanyahu, allegedly, that these parts of the scriptures and what they took from the oracles and the story of the oracles and their prophecies that they hijacked and are trying to fulfill are at the Vatican, which is why Netanyahu called the Pope, the Vatican, his brothers. And why, when I said in my Israel God Sees video, revisit that video, because I'm reading Israel's leader, and this is coinciding with that reading. I saw, once the Ark of Covenant is revealed, I saw the Vatican and the Pope giving away, standing beside Israel and bestowing on them spiritual authority, because they have the prophecies and they are manipulating them to be fulfilled by them when they are not. And that's why this is in his hopes and fears, Netanyahu, because you know that you hijack through sorcery, through lies, through manipulation over centuries. That's why you know that this is your fate, your hope and your fear. Your only hope is that you take as many with you as possible. You fear the day that you lose your earthly power, because you've been so fed on all the blood here, so fed on all of the blood, on all of the war, all of the innocent blood. It's just been so tasty, and it makes you so powerful. I don't, because I'm on YouTube, I don't want to say everything that I see in your soul. We can have these secrets, but I see you, not even in your humanly self. I see you outside of your human body. It's like you unzip it and zip it at the end of the, unzip it at the end of the day and take it off. I see you, serpent. Near future, magician. Things will go according to plan, because the American people, even though they are slowly, after all these years, waking up from their slumber and barely doing that, it's too late. Because these plans have been laid and have been manifested with our cooperation. By now, by the time we've awakened, we're not even all the way woke, because we're still in the bed. The card is only reverse. We're still in the bed, though. We just got one eye open. Too late. The plans are going along accordingly. Look, they call us babies, sheep. The world leaders, waking up from their slumber like children. Waking up from the plans that have been laid and manifested, even reworked, right in front of your faces since America's inception, since America was a child. This is part of why America was born. Even then, they were preparing for the transference of power from Rome to Israel. Six of Pentacles, advice, aka current action, because most of the time this is never advice. This is already something that they've already okay. The media. Six of Pentacles, the media, they stand. This is a teachable moment. Media, medium. What is the medium? What is the medium of something? The middle, right? It's the middle point. So think of media as the middle point between one side to another. The middle point between one half and another half. Who controls that middle point? Who controls the media in the U.S.? Historically, that is the Jews. But it's one-sided. There are 3 coins on this side, 2 coins on that side. So through the media, propaganda is spread. Through the media, the pro-Israel propaganda is spread. And it will continue to be spread because the media is ruled. This country is ruled. So the advice for us, would be to use your own mind accordingly. But that doesn't happen too much in the U.S. It's too late for that to happen. The current action is that this is the best and proven way to dose. Brainwash in small doses. Brainwash in small doses over a large period of time. It's the best proven way to brainwash a large amount of people through the media. Psychology and science, Nazi science has proven this. Mass propaganda, that term is a term for a reason. Mass propaganda, which is just AKA mass brainwashing through the media. It's the best and proven method, and it will continue. Watch. And the external energy is that it's the best and proven method because it's the best way to get people to behave a way without force. Psychological warfare is much more potent on a large population than physical warfare. You don't necessarily want to always go into physical battle with people, but a psychological warfare where people don't know that they're in a battle and their guards are down. Media, mass propaganda. Look at you, dead and don't even know it. Any other way, then the people will revolt. Force is not always the best. Final outcome, because I'm going to wrap this up, the 3 of Cups in reverse. King of Swords in reverse. 3 of Cups in reverse. 3 of Swords. 7 of Pentacles. At the end of the day, the people and their opinions at some point will finally not be needed. Right now, they still need to have a government. They still need to carry out a voting system. That is going to cease at some point, and the people's opinions and their votes will not be necessary. Why? It'll be too late. Because the power transfer will be complete by the time the people wake up. Death in reverse and the devil. and the Emperor. Success is imminent. Expect one day in the future, I don't know if I'll be alive, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or 10 years, 20 years or 50 years or 100 years. I don't think it'll be 100 years, but expect for governments to no longer be needed because the power transfer will be complete. These plans are almost complete. They're underway as we speak. As this war is happening, I heard a term just now as my friend was watching the news, and they said Israel is getting ready to go into phase 2 in Gaza. Phase 2? That sounds like a plan. Phase 1, phase 2. What will be phase 3? What is the final phase? That doesn't sound like somebody that's defending themselves. That sounds like a long-awaited plan that happens in phases. And that's exactly what's happening. And by the time the people really decide that they want to revolt, it's already too late, unfortunately. There will come a time where our votes, none of that, they will cease to exist. And it's almost that way now. Almost. Because it's a joke. But at some point, the final phase is we don't need the mother suckers no more. We run this, and we will. And that is Benjamin NetanYahu's message. Now, I want to say also that at the end of the day, however it turns out, because I have not in this reading been spoken to about a time past that, but I did see Benjamin Netanyahu's hopes and fears, his soul, whomever his soul is, because it is not the human being that we see. It knows the time will come where its plans will be destroyed. So if only for a time those plans work, it'll only be for a time. Before the earth restores itself and restores balance, because it will as it's done in every age. I hear, though weeping may endure for the night, joy cometh in the morning. So even though those are laid out plans and they will be carried out, they won't be able to stay in power for that long, because God, the heavens and the earth, will not allow it. What God has cemented when it created the earth and when it created and bestowed its blessing on a people, dark people that cannot be destroyed, has only multiplied. Everywhere we go, everywhere you go in the world, you will see a dark people. We will never be destroyed, because we are embedded in the earth. We are made of the same thing the earth is made of. We are made of the same thing God is made of. How can you destroy God? That is the true seal of God. That's the true symbol of God's children, is their inability to die. Who else has been persecuted and only has multiplied in the face of persecution? No other people but dark people. Is that not a symbol of someone being chosen by God? If everywhere we exist, we are crucified and we multiply. Ashe, amen.